I loved every second of A Merry Holiday. This is also known by the title Mistletoe and Menorahs, and to be honest, I kind of prefer that title. This was released in 2019. It's directed by McGuire and written by Yosub, and it stars Kelley Jakle as Christy and Jake Epstein as Jonathan, and the characters are so likable. And it's also a little bit different because from the start of the film, both of our romantic leads are in relationships. Usually with Christmas rom-coms, at the most, one character will be in a relationship, and then throughout the film they'll realise they have feelings for the other person. But for both of them to be in a relationship, things were a little bit peculiar, and I really liked it, and I had no idea how that part of the narrative would progress, how the romantic part would develop, and I loved it. It's convincing, it's believable, they have great on-screen chemistry, the romantic aspect, absolutely brilliant. And also, before I get in with the main narrative, it's funny. I know it's a rom-com, but I don't necessarily find rom-coms to be that funny. They're warm and fuzzy and inviting, but not necessarily laugh out loud funny. But there were a few occasions, mostly from Jonathan, that I genuinely found to be funny. Very well written, very entertaining. And the main narrative is so fascinating. Christy works for a toy company and a prospective client invites her to a holiday party and she declares that she would love to go. She's a bit of an expert. And it's only afterwards that she realises it's not a Christmas party, but a Hanukkah party. So a colleague of hers puts her in touch with Jonathan, a Jewish friend who is also a teacher, who is basically the ideal person to teach Christy in a very short space of time pretty much everything he can about Hanukkah and the Festival of Light. And honestly, I was really excited about this and I hoped to learn a lot because I'm not Jewish. My knowledge of Hanukkah is pretty basic, although it's increasing as I watch more films and learn more about it. And I was really hoping that this would teach me a little bit more, and it absolutely did. Now, if you're watching this as a Jewish person, or even as somebody who celebrates Hanukkah with a Jewish, partner or friend or anything, you might have a different response to it. But me coming at it as somebody who knows the bare basics about the holiday and what it represents, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I found it to be very educational. And I loved how it also showed that the holidays, Hanukkah and Christmas, are not that different. The reasons behind them are different, but the fact that it focuses on family, celebrating, traditions, all of these wonderful things, it's really well done. And it actually works with the title Mistletoe and Menorahs because Jonathan is in a relationship with somebody who celebrates Christmas. And he's supposed to be meeting her father over the holidays. So Christy is helping him learn about Christmas traditions. So it's kind of working both ways. They're both teaching each other things. But the educational aspect is mostly focusing on Hanukkah. And I guess that's because it's aimed at people who celebrate Christmas, because it's a Christmas rom-com. So if you're looking for a film to teach you about Christmas holidays, it's not as weighted towards Christmas as it is Hanukkah. For me, that was ideal because that's where I wanted my education the most, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I would love to know what you think of it if you do celebrate Hanukkah. Do you think it hit on all of the important aspects? Do you think it was a good portrayal of the holiday or an accurate portrayal? For me, as somebody looking for that education, it really thoroughly ticked that box. And then you throw in really likable characters, a lot of festivities, a lot of beautiful holiday things, and what I think is generally an unpredictable narrative, mostly with the relationship aspect, because, as I said, it's just a little bit unusual for both of our romantic leads to be in relationships. I didn't know what was going to happen, and honestly, I found it to be fascinating, educational, compelling, funny at times. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. A Merry Holiday, or Mistletoe and Menorahs, is a really delightful film and absolutely one that I'm very, very happy to recommend.